Hello and welcome to or welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Maggie and this is Maggie Budgets and Plans, the channel dedicated to my journey to pay down debt using the zero-based budget and cash envelope systems. In today's video, I'm going to go ahead and do a budget with me for my February 16th paycheck from my full-time job. If that's interesting to you, go ahead and grab a cup of something to drink and stick around. Hello, everybody. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. I'm filming this right after my last cash stuffing from my part-time job. Just trying to bust through several videos today. So thank you in advance for any comments or anything like that. Yeah, I get to drink some lovely tea and just keep on going. I have a cup of my favorite comfort tea right now, which is Lady Londonderry, which is a strawberry lemon scented black tea, and I adore it with some milk and sugar. It is truly for me like a hug in a mug. It's just the best thing ever. And I get mine from a local tea shop called New Mexico Tea Company, which I love and adore. They're fantastic. I'll go ahead and leave a link to this specific tea at New Mexico Tea Company in the description below. So if anybody's interested in trying it out, you can. I boil the water and then I steep it for 5 minutes and then I add a good amount of sugar and milk, but I also like things milky and sweet. So that is just me. Let's go ahead and jump into the budget with me today for the income from my full-time job. Yes, so this is gonna be this paycheck here, this pink one. So all of these things with the pink dot next to them come out of this paycheck. This is gonna be a little differently though, actually, because I went ahead and I'd already filled out, not that one, it's the next set of pages. I had already filled out this page for this paycheck. However, things are a little different now. So as you can see, I kind of have two amounts here. This $1,174.40, that is my income from my full-time job as a nail technician. This $210 is a different amount of money that I ended up with extra. So what happened was I was at the bank last week, well, my credit union specifically, last week, getting the business bank account set up for my independent nail business that will be, I'll start seeing clients independently the first week of April. It's coming up crazy fast, but I really need to start buying a lot of supplies. So I wanted to set up that bank account. And also while I was there, I talked with the bank about my 3 debt consolidation loans. So those are this Upstart 41, this Upgrade, and then this Upstart 13. So I talked with them about those 3 loans, and my credit union doesn't offer debt consolidation loans, but they do offer personal loans. And so we ended up, because we'd already pulled my credit score to open the bank account, we went ahead and ran a perspective of like what it would look like if I did a personal loan through the bank to pay off these 3 amounts, and then what my interest rate would be like and what my monthly payment would be like. So right now I have been paying $124 plus $227 plus $126. So I have been paying $477 a month just to my personal loans, to the debt consolidation loans that I've taken over the years. So when I talked with my bank, though, they said that they could offer me financing for those 3 loans, and my monthly payments would be $330. So minus $330, which would lower my monthly payments by $147 a month. And it also gets me a slightly better interest rate, not a hugely better interest rate, but a slightly better interest rate. And I went ahead and took them up on that offer, mostly because with me starting my own business, I know that probably money's going to be a bit more limited for a while, and I don't want to be stressing. So I'm trying to figure out ways in which I can like slim down and limit how much I'm paying in expenses. So the idea of lowering my monthly payment for my debt consolidation loans is really appealing to me. So I went ahead and took them up on that offer. Miss Nova, what are you doing? She's playing with the garland in the back. So you guys are going to hear that kind of rustling around a little bit probably. Anyway, so I went ahead and took them up on that offer, and then the loan was financed. We mailed out the checks. The bank actually mailed out the checks for the payments. So this payment did not come out of my bank. account, and neither will this one. That one I canceled as well. Unfortunately, the loan was financed on the 15th, so we didn't have time to stop this payment. So that one still came out of my bank account. However, that will have to be credited back to me once they get the check from the bank paying off that entirety of that loan. So I'll start paying back the loan towards my credit union next month on the 16th, which is, I mean, part of me is a little stressed because it's a large amount to come out at one time, but it is less overall. And I think right now that that's really good. I've been doing really good with my debt snowball, with putting money and really paying that down. So I should have my care credit bill paid off by September with my debt snowball right now. And then that then will mean that I'll be able to take all of that money that I'm putting towards my care credit with the snowball and put it towards this personal loan through my credit union, which means I should have it paid off. And I think I did the math. I think it was 2.5 years instead of 5 years. So yes, I should have that paid off early to save myself on the interest. Anyways, so that's a big change that I did. And so as a part of financing that loan, they financed it for $13,500, which meant that I was left with an extra $210 that I didn't need to put towards these bills. And I just took that as cash into my account. So that way I can put it towards envelopes or the business, things like that right now. So in total, the amount of money that I've got to work with is $1,174 because I don't budget with the pennies, plus 210 equals $1,384. And then the total expenses I have out of this paycheck are 124 plus 141 plus 35 plus 69 plus 73. So $442. And let's just run those numbers again just to make sure, because I've been having issues with math lately and I don't want to mess this up. Yep, 442, perfect. So if I do 1,138 minus 442, oh, nope, that was the wrong way to do that. 1,384 minus 442 equals $942. So we are going to be cash stuffing $942. So let's go ahead and get this switched over to the next page. And $942 is what we will be cash stuffing or budgeting for today. Okay, that's so much money, you guys. Oh my gosh, so much money. But this is very much not normal for me whatsoever. Yes. And then another thing that we'll have to talk through today is I'm kind of changing how I'm stuffing my wallet. So we'll talk through that more as we get to those categories. But for now, let's go ahead and start with the savings challenges. Because I've got $942 available, I feel very comfortable putting some money towards savings challenges. So let's see what we're going to do into the 100 envelopes. And then I've got my roll the dice, and then my regular savings challenges. Okay, so I've got this fancy brand new dice set. One of my purchases I made through a Kickstarter. It's from a lovely independent dice maker, I want to say in Colorado, and I'm in New Mexico, so I feel like that's supporting a local business. And I got it through Etsy, and it's gorgeous. It was a special for February, and I think they still have it available. If they do, I'll leave a link at the very least to the website down below where I got the dice. But if they have this set available, I'll leave a link to that as well. And it's called Weave, and I love it for February because it feels very much like an amethyst geode to me. And amethyst is the birthstone for February, and my father's birthday is in February, so I'm very partial to amethysts. Yes, so here is the D20 for this set. And let's see what we've got. That is an 18. Oof, another big number to pay into this challenge. Do I have an 18? I do. I have 118. Okay, so we're going to do it. We're going to do $18 into the 100 envelope. I was kind of hoping for a smaller amount, not going to lie. But also it's good to get some of these bigger amounts out of the way. So we're going to do that as 110, 15, and 3 singles. And then for the roll the dice challenge, now that I'm knocking everything over, for our roll the dice challenge, let's see what this is going to be. Let me get our Post-it so we can write down the amounts. like very quickly running out of room as always. Let's just scooch these guys out of the way for a sec and put this here. Perfect. All right, so for my roll the dice challenge, I roll 2 dice. I roll 1d6. So that's this, the very traditional 6-sided die. And then, so I roll this, and then whatever number it lands on, that tells me how many times I roll the d4. I roll the d4 because most of these amounts are 4, 2, 3, and 1. So to me, it just makes more sense to roll a d4. So yes, let's see what the d6 is going to give me today. Please be a lower number. I want to stuff a lot into categories. A 3. 3 is pretty good. All right, so let's see what the d4 is going to do for me today. Dice gods, be kind. Oh, that's a 1. Okay, kind of a cocked one. If I was actually playing a tabletop game, that would not count, but this is budgeting, not D&D. So that's a 4, a 1, a 4, and then one more time. Oop, another 1. Nice and easy. So only $6 into roll the dice. I will definitely take that today. It's interesting being in a place in which like I want to pay into savings challenges, but also when I do, it like stresses me out because I'm like, then there's less money to go into the regular envelopes. I'm very contradictory. I like the savings challenges, but then also sometimes I'm like, I don't know about this. Alrighty, $6 into roll the dice, so that'll be a 5 and a 1. So we had 942. We're going to subtract 18 and subtract 6. So that leaves us with 918 available. So let's go ahead and do $3 into savings challenges, which will bring us down to a nice 5, because I like to kind of budget into my cash envelopes in 5 increments so that I can do 5s, 10s, and 20s. All right, perfect. So those are the savings challenges all done. Let's go ahead and start by looking at our high priority binder. So these are the categories I currently have in my high priority binder. We have car, debt, dental, emergency, house, medical, optical, and vet. And I like to put at least $20 into each of these categories. Car is going to be a little differently. So I had mentioned that I had mentioned that I wanted to change how I was stuffing my wallet. This month has been a little difficult for me outside of everything that's been going on in my personal life and all of those stressors with starting a business and my dad being back in the hospital and everything. I really like budgeting money weekly. However, the way my paychecks are falling this month, my paychecks from my part-time job and my full-time job are falling like right next to each other. So I am getting paid every other week, which is a little more stressful for me. So what I want to do is I can't change it to get paid to being paid weekly yet. I have decided that I am going to pay myself weekly out of my business once that starts in April. But until then, I'm going to get paid at whatever the schedule is that my employer set. What I can do now, though, is change so that I'm stuffing my wallet weekly. I have a bad habit of stuffing my wallet out of my big full-time paychecks, and then the idea being that that's the amount of money I'll have available in those categories for the next 2 weeks. But when I'm out and about, my brain looks at my food envelope and says, oh, I got $100 in that food envelope. I am good. Let's just go spend money. I can absolutely go and do Starbucks, and I can absolutely go and do Wendy's and Panera and like takeout and da-da-da-da-da. Because what I don't do is I don't stop and think that, oh, this is how much I have for the next 2 weeks. I just see the cash and I spend it. And so what I want to try and do is start stuffing the categories that are in my wallet, like gas, for example. I'll put the gas money into car, and then once a week, I'll take money out of the car envelope to put in the gas envelope in my wallet. I will stuff into food in this category and pet supplies in here. And then once a week, I'll stuff those into my wallet. So that way I'm not walking around with as much cash in some of those envelopes, to try and help really retrain my brain to be thinking more like, I have to make this stretch. This is how much money I have available for this entire week. I have to make this last. And I really think that this will help me in some of my overspending, because the category I consistently overspend in is food and hobbies. Most of the hobby spending has been stress related, and most of the food spending has just been convenience related. So those are the things that I'm personally trying to track tackle right now in my own personal habits and trying to be really aware of them and trying to retrain my brain. So with all of that in mind, let's go ahead and figure out how much we're going to put into each of these categories today. So we've got car debt. This is like extra debt payment on top of my debt snowball, which right now this can basically just be called like taxes because I owe the IRS money. Dental, emergency, house, medical, optical we're not stuffing right now because it's fully funded at $100, and then vet. Okay, so for car, I have been doing $20 a week in gas into my car. However, gas prices have gone up recently in the area that I live, and it's more like $30 to fill up my tank at once. So I do want to do $30 a week for gas, so that it would be $60. And then if I do $20 into car regularly, but I've got $915 available. Let's go ahead and put car at a flat $100. I think that I like the idea of kind of paying into that more. I'm constantly taking money out of the car fund because life's expensive and I drive a 13-year-old car and it's always needing something. All right, so let's do 2 10s and 4 20s. Debt is going to be $20. Dental is going to be $20. Emergency is $20. House. So house is my savings for when I move or for my ideally, long-term, the future down payment on a house. But if I have to move apartments, that's what this money will be used for. Medical is going to get $20. And then vet is actually going to get $40. And I can do that because normally I would put $20 into, I don't think you guys can see this. Normally I would have put $20 into optical, but optical is fully funded right now. So that 20 I would put into optical, I'm rolling over and instead putting it into another category. So this $40 into vet will then fully fund vet at $300. Then my next time that I'll be stuffing into these high priority categories, I'll have $40 that I can put as an extra into one of the other categories. That's kind of how I want to think about these is I want to budget, what is it? It's 20, 40, 60, 80. 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 20, 40, 60. So $160 a month I want to put, actually it's $160 twice a month. Anyways, $160 out of my full-time job, I want to put into high priorities every time. And once I fully fund a category, what I would put in there, I will instead stuff into another category. Kind of thinking of it sort of the debt snowball method, but instead of doing it towards debt, putting it towards savings. I hope that made sense. That might have been the most random explanation ever, but it makes sense to me. If you guys have questions about my rambliness, please leave them in the comments below. I will happily try and explain this to you in a way that makes more sense and my brain is less jittery and all over the place. Anyways, there we go. So I will soon have 2 high priority categories fully funded, which feels amazing. Quick little tea break. Okay, so, and these are all going to be 20s. Alrighty, let's go ahead and take a break and see where we're at currently. Oh, I cleared that. Oh, well, let's add these up so I can see what I've put into these categories so far. So we have 18 plus 6 plus 3 plus 100 plus 20 plus 20 plus 20, 20, 20, 40. So that's 267 is currently what we've got going on. So if we do 942 minus 267, that leaves us with 675 available to put into other categories. All right, let's go to the medium priority binder. We did just stuff this out of my last paycheck, but I do need to put more money into waxing because I have that appointment this weekend. And I did go ahead and go through and put a little sticky in here with a cheater note. So when I do the appointment, that's just my face, I need to have $26 available. And when I do the appointment, that's my face and underarms, I need $58 available. I only have 45, so we're going to put $15 into this envelope to take that up to 60. And I just round that up. I round this one down to 25 and this one up to 60 because it's all a wash in the end. I am a 30% tipper to independent service providers because as a person who does that myself, I understand how freaking hard it is to live that life. So I'm very appreciative of the service. So we're going to do $15 into that category. So we're going to subtract 15 over here. So that leaves us with $660. Now, I don't feel the need. Well, do I feel the need to put anything else into these categories? Household needs money. Household really needs money because I need dish soap and I need sinus medicine because my allergies have come back with a vengeance right now. Yes, let's go ahead. Oh, and I haven't stuffed down here. Ooh, I forgot about those categories. All right, perfect. Let's do this. This is why I like these dashboards. It makes it very easy for me to look at this and see what I need to put money into without having to count all the cash myself. All right, so household. Do I want to do, I have a lot of money. I have $660 available still. Let's try $40 into household and see how that feels. That would take it up to 50. Canva, which I think is going to become Adobe Illustrator. I think I'm just going to switch over to using Illustrator, and we're just going to do $5 into that. Car registration. We'll skip that one for now. Preview. Preview's a business one. That one should get moved over to the business binder. Let me put a post-it on that so I can remember. That's a business expense. I filled these out before. I created these categories before I knew that I would be starting my own business. So preview needs to go over to being a business expense. Okay, so that one we will skip and stuff out of business. Let's do TurboTax. Let's actually not. We'll pause on that one. I got to think that one through a little bit more. We'll deal with that one later. But yeah, we did household and Canva. Okay, so 660 was minus the 15 here. So let's minus 40, minus 5. So that's 615 left. Let's go into this low priority binder. I want to make sure I have something in each of these categories since I missed several out of my last budget with me. So books needs $5 because I put the $5 that was going to go into books into electronics. So we've got books needs $5. Clothes has some money, electronics has money, food. So I decided to put food, spending, and pet supplies in this binder because I just didn't really know where else to put them. Now, for food, how do I want to do this? I want to try and do $60 a week in food. So that would be $120. I think we're going to even do just a flat $200 in food to give myself a buffer and kind of just let that build up slowly. Because I do want to go to Costco and get some stuff to stock my freezer because it is very, very empty at the moment. How do I want to do this, you guys? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do $200 into food. And we're going to do that all as 20s. Let's do a 50 and a 10. So I need, that's 60. So I need $140 in 20s. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40. So 6 or 7. Wait, how can I count? All right, 20, 40, 60, 81. That's 5, 6, 7, 7. I know how to do math. I can count hypothetically. All right, so that's minus. Did I subtract for books? I can't remember if I did. I'll have to add that up in a second. So food is going to get 200. Gifts I didn't stuff out of my last. Let's do $10 into gifts because my father's birthday is this week. Hobbies. We'll skip hobbies for now. Home in this binder is like decor, planting supplies, things like that, which I think I want to do $20 in because it is springtime and I've got to start my seeds for my containers that I have on my balcony. Nerd life we're skipping. Pet supplies though definitely needs money. Pet supplies, I need to get Nova food and litter in the next 2 weeks. Her food is $12, so that's 24, and then another 20. Ooh, do I want to do a full 50 into pet supplies? Let's see where we're at. Let's come back here let's go through this. All right, so here we had, this is honestly how I do this, you guys. I kind of like segment it out so I can keep track of what I'm doing in each area. So we had added up through vet. So then through to home, we've got $15 plus 40 plus 5 plus 5 plus 200 plus 10 plus 30 equals 305. Wow, I'm going through money really fast. All right, so we had 942 minus 267 minus 305. Means I'm left with 370. Okay, I feel comfortable doing $50 into pet supplies right now then. We'll do that as 2 20s and a 10 into pet supplies. Self-care, I don't need to stuff into spending. All right, so we did 50 minus 50 leaves us with 320. Let's do, I kind of want to do $50 into spending, but that also feels like a lot. Let's do it. I love how I'm just like, that feels like a lot. Let's just do it anyways. $50, which will be 2 20s and a 10, which means I'm left with $270. So the only, sorry, I've been like flipping through this binder off to the side and you guys can't see it. The only category left in here that doesn't have any money is YouTube. Because I've been spending all my hobby money on stuff for that like is used as a part of channel content, and I want to kind of separate those out. So YouTube, and because I only got 2 more things to stuff into, I've got YouTube and work. I don't want to get a whole new sheet out for those 2 categories alone. So let's do $20 into YouTube. And then that'll leave us with $250 to go into the work fund. Yep, let's do that. $250 into work. Alrighty, and then that will be on here. I need 2 $100 bills, 1 $50 bill, and 1 $20 bill. Alrighty, let's add all of these things up and make sure that this adds up to what we need. Let's start here. So we've got 250 plus 20 plus 18 plus 6 plus 3 plus 100 plus 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 40, 15, 40, 5, 5, 200, 10, 10, 50, 50. Ooh, I missed a 20 somewhere. All right, let's add it up one more time. All right, so we have 20 plus 250 plus 18 plus 6 plus 3 plus 100 plus 20, 40, 60, 81 plus 40 plus 15 plus 40 plus 5 plus 5 plus 200 plus 10 plus 20 plus 50 plus 50. Now I'm missing a 10. Oh my gosh, you guys. Let's do this way. Okay, because I know that these amounts are good. So let's do 267. What? 267 plus 305 plus 50 plus 50 plus 20 plus 250. There we go, 942. We're gonna just trust that these numbers and these other things here are correct and that these amounts add up. I hope all of this makes sense to you guys. This has been a bit all over the place, but I kind of feel like that's just my life right now, is me being a bit all over the place. So, there we go. Not knocking over any binders. There we go. All right, so $942 has been planned for. All right, perfect. So what I want to go ahead and do is figure out how many, I'll go ahead and do that off camera. You guys don't need to watch me figure out how many bills to get and filling out the cash breakdown. I'll go ahead and do that off camera and get this taken care of and head to the bank actually right now to get this cash so I can get on with my day. Yes, alrighty. Thank you guys so much for your patience sitting through a chaotic and all over the place video. I really hope my explanations of my new way of stuffing my wallet, as well as the rollover process I'm going to be doing for my high priority categories, make sense to you guys. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to put them in the comments down below. I will try and answer them to the best of my abilities. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys again soon. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Bye.